Hey golfers, it's Brett. Get back to golf, guys. About 7 months ago, literally 7 months ago, because I got the stats right up there. I did a video on the why you don't need the square strike wedge. Yes, I was sick. I was hyped up on some meds, but seriously, I stand behind it. You don't need it, but I've never hit it, and a lot of people have called me out. I've had a lot of people thank me. It's probably all my subscribers have all thanked me and says, you're right, 8 iron, 9 iron, 7 iron is the way to go. But I have a feeling that there's some paid trolls out there that are really hard on me, and it's the only video that I've had that troll effect on. So it's ranking really high in Google, literally second under everything that Square Strike has. So I'm sure it got the corporate guys a little PO'd. But anyway, guys, I'm going to pull the trigger right now, buy this damn club, and give it to the test. So if you guys are really interested to find out what the Square Strike can do, and if you believe, and this might actually be something that I could say, you know what, guys, you don't need this club. Maybe we'll start a whole As Seen on TV channel. But anyway, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, click. But right now, I'm gonna buy this damn club. Ugh. And it's coming out of my pocket. So if you guys visit my website, there's a donation thing. Even just put $1 in, help me out, because maybe I'll do a whole gimmick club thing and really give all these things a test, because I really believe in my heart that you can chip with an 8 iron, because there's nothing that's any different in this Square Strike wedge. But I could be wrong, and maybe this thing is the answer to your game. All right, guys, if you really believe I'm not ordering this, here it is. Right-handed. Buy it now. Ugh, makes me sick. But anyway, if you guys want, Google Square Strike. Boom. You see my video number 2. Boom. YouTube. Square Strike video number 2. No wonder I'm pissing off a lot of people. But anyway, let's get back to golf and see if this golf club is for you. I could be wrong. I could be right. Subscribe and follow my channel to find out the answers. Like anything else on these scam pages, now they want me to add a 55-degree wedge. No, I don't want to add anything. Stop it. Just give me the friggin' wedge and be, no, I don't want another wedge, and be done. Hopefully it went through. I don't know. These things look like something that was put together in about like AOL days. I'm waiting for the it just drives me crazy. Anyway, guys, hopefully I get the wedge. I have no idea. It says thanks for the order, but you know, I exclusive this, exclusive that. Yeah, they just hammer you away, and I'm sure I'm gonna get friggin' 900 friggin' phone calls. But anyway, guys, stress is real. Let's see what we can get from this thing, and maybe I can save you guys from the headache. And all those troll comments are all just troll comments. All right, guys, peace. All right, the Square Strike wedge. This might be a new episode on my channels, like a whole series of just hitting As Seen on TV golf clubs. What do you guys think? That would really help, I think, golfers. You know, some of these clubs, they might actually help. And I never said that the club Square Strike wedge wouldn't work. It's just you don't probably need it, because you could probably just use an 8 or 9 iron. But let's go give this thing a test, and let's go check it out. All right, guys, this is going to make for a real interesting day of golf. The course is completely soaking wet, but you got to hit off one of those driving mats, because it's a short little par 3 course, and we're just going to go out and have fun and see what the Square Strike can do. All right, guys, the place is soaked. I don't even know how I'm going to get over. Might be around. This place is hammered, too. Oh, well, who cares? It's just for fun. Just a place to knock the ball around. It was cheap. Let's have fun. Alright guys, this course is painfully neglected. I can't even consider this a course. It's just someone's backyard. It's like a cow pasture or something. Those greens are awful, but ball did roll straight and I had to whack it pretty hard. But I got par on the first hole. Might as well, soaking wet, might as well carry on, right? It's golf, whatever. Who cares? Let's have fun. Okay, I'm gonna try something with the rest of the round. It's only 9 holes, so I'm gonna go my 8-iron versus the square strike. The square strike really sets up kind of weird, real tall, but it's really, really heavy. Like I said before, the bottom of the club, even my video when everybody was hating on me, the bottom of the club's really, really heavy, which helps promote that ball get up in the air higher. It could be a club for you, but let's tune in, watch the whole thing, and I'll let you guys know. This hole's only 60 yards. Again, I should have probably went to the other par 3 place because I just wanted to chip around. I got a big day tomorrow, but this'll do for now. Let's try the 8. You can tell it was similar ball flight. Wow, it's really hot. Hot and humid, the ground's wet. But anyway, you guys noticed it was similar ball flights. I was kind of trying to hit it low, punch it low. Figured the green was soaking wet, it would hold. There's a bunch of driving range balls on the green too, so they're not my shots. So anyway, I'm gonna probably chip up, which is good, because that's what this club's for, is for chipping. All right, let's get to it. All right, out of the heavy rough, that wasn't bad. That thing was buried, and I just took the putting stroke like they say on TV, and it popped it right up onto the green. It's not much of a green. I swear I could probably make a better par 3 in my backyard. Might be a good idea. All right, the longest, or one of the longest, it's only 89 yards, but let's see if this thing can go 89 yards. Let's give it a shot. I probably shouldn't be doing this right before a big outing tournament. It's my only one I play. It's for a charity from my wife's work. She's actually running it. And I have a good chance of winning, and I'm out here screwing around with a square strike wedge. How much do I love you guys? Anyway, it's just an absolute disgrace out. Even if it was dry, this place is a disgrace. I don't even know if I want to put maybe send me a message or something. I'll tell you not to come here. But I hate to badmouth the place, because it's a place try to give only, if it's a bad review, I'll just not even do a review on it. This place is awful. It's not even golf. It's kind of, I mean, hell, they have freaking paintball place in here. Driving range that looks like they're hitting into the river. It's a mess. Anyway, hit the square strike. It doesn't look like it's a solid on full shots. It's probably not what it's for anyway. I think it's just for around the green, like a little chipper that you could buy for like 19 bucks in the bargain bin. So I don't know. Verdict's still out. Stay tuned. I might have got a hole in one, but I think I got it in the soccer hole. It's not even possible to finish this round because we're just gonna have to play around and fill up 9 holes somehow and just be creative, because there's nobody else out here, because no one's stupid enough to come here other than me. But literally this place turned into a freaking river. You can see. I mean, that's where the other holes are. It's insane. All right, let's just figure out what I can do to get my money's worth. Big question mark there. Other than the square strike wedge, I'm also trying out the new Bomb Tech putter. It's pretty sweet, actually. You see, it actually has a pretty decent loft, so it'll probably be better on greens that are a little bit taller or rougher, so it kind of gets the ball up on the surface and rolls. And so if you just saw that putt, it's pretty good. I don't think I'll be using it in the tournament, but who knows, I'll have it in the bag because I take so many clubs out in tournaments just to be one under the club regulation. I know it's weird, it's a thing I do. All right, the one thing, when you set this club up at address, it's really square. It's kind of weird, I guess, hence the square strike. But it's called the square strike wedge, but it should be really called the square strike chipper, because it does actually do a good job as a chipper. It just full shots. As I'll hit these 3 full shots out, and I'll show you. It's just definitely not a full shot club, even though it says 48 degrees on it. It's really not really a wedge. It's more of a chipper. All right, just hit a bunch of shots off the mat. I'm starting to figure out the club again. Try to give everything a benefit of the doubt due to the fact that I've never hit this club. Usually when I get a club, I can adjust pretty quick. Obviously you saw my adjustment and I was hitting it. I don't even know. Let's see what the yardage says here. It's like a 60-yard shot. I hit a few on and a few over. I'm just trying to dial in the height. You can get this thing up in the air pretty easy. You just gotta be careful you don't scoop it. You kinda gotta hit it like an 8-iron. Like I've been saying all along. Anyway, some fun shots. Maybe I'll chip a few and get the heck out of here, because it's bad. It's really bad out here. It's not the club's fault. Anyway, guys, could this be the club for you? I don't know. I'm gonna probably have to do some more tests. But it's not a bad little chipper, I gotta say. It's got a lot of weight to it, but it's nothing like I said in my other video. You can just use an 8-iron, something that's already in your bag, and save yourself $100 and use that for more Golf Now rounds. Anyway, let's round up these shots and hit a few more. All right, on the grass, range, wind in my face. Let's see what this square strike can do on some 50-yard pitch shots. It does say it's a wedge. I still think it's a chipper. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that wind. Beautiful day out today. It's like 62 degrees and gorgeous. All right, not too many days of this left. Let's go hit some shots. All right, the review you've all been waiting for. Well, maybe not everybody, but it's the Square Strike Wedge. This thing is like a thorn in my side. I did a video a little while back about how I didn't feel that this was something that was needed. It was trying to be helpful, but people took it obviously the complete wrong way. But lots of hateful mail, or at least comments, I should say. But I feel a lot of that was trolls, and I might actually be paid because, honestly, this club, for $100, is a one-trick pony. I still stand behind, actually, what I did with my preview, because why did I say all that? Because I've probably been golfing and been in the golf industry for over 20-something years. And when you have something like an infomercial where you can build a club in China for, I'll even give them 15 bucks because it's got a plastic insert. I'll give them 15 bucks, and then you sell it for 125, even though it's a $99 now, but at the time it was a $125 club. It's all infomercial. Trust me, guys, I've been in video production for over 15 years. And we know how to manipulate the system to make sure that you guys make sure that you run it by this. So you saw my little intro. I'm going to do a little pros and cons. As I said, the Square Strike chipper, there's a little bit of a pro in there. Is this thing all bad? I don't know. Let's watch the whole review. I put this thing through the test. I went to the range, I went to the course, I went to a chip and putt, and I also hit my basement and my backyard. So I gave this thing, if there's anyone that ever says that I didn't put this thing completely through the test, I mean, you can even see I didn't even clean this thing off. They are completely just a troll and are lying. So anyway, let's carry on. First off, let's do the cons. I always like to end on a positive note because I am actually a positive person. But when it comes to ripping people off and not giving them the full information of what a club or a product can do, that's where it kind of pisses me off. Because people work hard for the money. I know I do. And I spent a lot of money on this and will not get anything back. But let's start with the cons. First of all, it's very heavy. And for full swings, it feels very awkward and unbalanced, I should say. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say. It is awkward and unbalanced. It's got a square looking design, hence the try to look. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a lot of sole, which could be a good thing in the rough, but on tight lies, it gets a little bit dicey, especially that it has a lot of bounce. So you can actually blade a lot of large wedge shots. Hence, they advertise this as the Square Strike Wedge. I joked around that it's the Square Strike Chipper. So hang in there. You might find this. If you can find it cheap, it might be a club for you. The look of the club, once you look down on the club, it looks very untraditional. It actually is a little bit closed, so it'll help high handicappers that actually tend to slice. But people that actually want to manipulate their shots with a flop shot and whatnot, it makes it a little bit more difficult. You're not going to actually, a low handicapper isn't going to want to use this. This is for the high handicappers. This is what it's target for. And people think you can literally buy magic on, buy your game. You can't buy a game. You have to actually practice. And wedge shots is probably the one thing that I practice more than anything else. And it should be the one thing that you practice more, even more than putting, even more than going and hitting a driver. So the old saying, drive for show, putt for dough. No, you're only putting for dough when you got a 5-foot putt because you chipped it close to the hole. That's where it works. You're not putting for dough from 20 foot. Even the pros don't make 20 footers. Look up the stats, Google it, trust me on that one. Next con is the grip. The grip is custom, has a line in it for lining your hands up. It says square strike on it, so it's definitely custom. But it's one of those grips that definitely isn't going to last. I've cleaned this a few times. It loses its grip very fast, which is never a good thing. So you're going to have to re-grip this thing after even spending whatever $100 for this thing. Definitely a cheap grip. Another con is this thing has no feel whatsoever, which might be good for a high handicapper, but someone that's actually decent at golf, I mean high handicapper, I mean really high, I mean like 120 and above. Because if you try to hit this thing on the toe and deaden it a little bit, trying to get a little, you try to get a little spin or try to do anything where you can be aggressive more, it's not going to work. It seems to be wherever you hit this ball, I mean, if you hit it off the heel, it's going to be a bad shot. But anywhere between the center and the mid toe, this thing's just going to go straight, or at least straight where you aimed it. Most wedges aren't like that. Most wedges give you an opportunity to where, as I can bring an example, most wedges here, as you can see, give you an opportunity to hit it off the toe, and what you'll do is actually get more spin. That's not the case here. There's a lot less grooves on this. You're not going to get any spin. It's a punch and run club. So if you're looking for a punch and run club, definitely this might be for you. But I would see this as a negative. Another con is they say this thing is a square strike wedge. They advertise this as a wedge. It's 45 degrees, which is basically kind of like a 9-iron, depending on what kind of clubs you have, but it's traditionally a 9-iron. I said you can chip with an 8-iron, but even if you wanted to chip with a 9-iron, it would still probably be something that's already in your bag and save you money. Hence my video. Nobody found that helpful, other than 100 or so people, but the other thousands of people did not find it. But again, I think those are trolls. But this is 45 degree wedge, which they advertise. They do actually have more wedges at different angles now, because once you buy this, they send you like 900 freaking emails and hound you about buying other stuff from them. That's another con, which just unsubscribe right away because you don't need it. But this is something that does not hit well on full shots. I'm figuring for something for me, 45 degrees probably go, I can hit my 52 degree wedge around, depending, I mean, again, I'm trying to go for control. I'm not trying to go for distance. If I really wanted to, I can hit a 52 degree wedge, 150 yards. It's not going to help me, because I need those shots where I'm consistently within the area of, 10 yards. All right, this thing isn't very good at full shots. And when I want a wedge, I'm thinking I'm going to hit this thing at least 100 yards or so and be consistent. This thing is very inconsistent. It's got no feel whatsoever. It's very, very heavy. It's even got like an extra weight at the toe. And it makes it very difficult to be called a wedge. It's not very versatile. You can't hit this. I can hit a sand wedge, a pitching wedge, an 8-iron out of the sand. You're not going to hit this thing out of the sand. I know they advertise this as a wedge, but they should advertise this as a chipper, and that's where I'm going to get to the pros. Pro number one, it's a very durable club. You can see that I use this thing. I beat the snot out of it. I didn't hit any rocks, and so I hit everything pure. But this thing, I hit it, I did try off the toe, I tried off the heel just so I can find the perimeter weighting. But I gotta say, I beat this thing to the ground. I hit a ton of shots. I mean, probably like 10,000 shots with this club, and it's held up. The plastic insert, is not falling out. So it's definitely a durable club. I'll give it that. Second, this thing, if it's going to shine anywhere, it's going to be out of heavy rough. Due to the fact that the heavy sole of this club and the weight of this club is so damn heavy, it doesn't even it goes through the rough like butter. And that's why I said this is definitely one of those clubs that should be called a chipper. It reminds me of a chipper. It should be called a chipper. It shouldn't be advertised as a wedge. I don't know why they're doing that, but I understand that, it's probably their marketing analytics, because they're smarter than us and they need to sell these wedges. Chippers. They advertised that you use your putting stroke. Yes, you can use your putting stroke, but you still have to have a decent, you can't hit fat. You can't hit behind the ball. You have to come in still at a decent angle to hit a really good shot. You could probably hit a little fatter than your 8 or 9 or wedge chipping. But, it's one of those things where you don't want to hit the ball fat. You don't want to practice the ball fat, because if you're hitting your chips fat, you're hitting your other irons fat, you're hitting your driver fat, you're hitting everything fat. Learn to hit a friggin' good shot. That's basically the nutshell. Again, if I'm going to emphasize the pros of this thing, if you have trouble around the greens in heavy rough, this club will really help you. You could probably do with just a regular wedge, or even, like I said, an 8 iron or 9 iron, and have no problem. Like, my point is, this isn't a horrible club. My point is that you don't need this club. That was my point of the video. You're going to spend $125 when I made the video. Now it's down to $99. You're going to spend all that money on this club when you have the club that you need already in your bag. So let's wrap this thing up. All right, guys. So that's it. That's basically it in a nutshell. I gave you guys everything. Every single thing I could give you. I gave you the shaft, the grip, the head weight, the bounce of the club. Every single thing that I could do to find out if this club's for you. And I got to tell you that this club's definitely not for me. It's not made for me. I can't hit flop shots with it. It's a one-dimensional club, one-trick pony. So if you guys want, again, they should change the club to square strike chipper. But they're advertising it as wedge, and you're not going to want to hit this thing with full shots. It's actually screwed up my game, and has a very crazy lie. It has a closed face, and again, I actually stand by my original post. I knew what I was getting into before I even got into it. I've hit so many clubs, and I'm not being arrogant. I've just been in the golf industry. I worked as an assistant pro. I've played collegiate golf, and I know what these clubs do. They buy these things in bulk. They probably get them for $5 a pop, and they market the snot out of them on infomercials, because they know these people, I know golf is frustrating, and you're looking for an answer, and this isn't it. Unless you need a chipper. If you need a chipper and you want to lose a club out of your bag, then this thing is great out of the rough. It's not very good on tight lies, but out of the rough, it blows through the rough. And so I'll give it an A+ for the rough. Everything else is an F. So, guys, everything that I said before is spot on. And to all the people that, that hated on it, I had a few people that actually maybe were not trolls and not paid for. But again, when you have big corporations like this, they don't just make this one club. They make all those clubs. It's a big business. So again, don't fall for it. You have a club in your bag, just go out and practice. Practice your chipping. Learn how to hit a wedge. Learn how to play the game. Practice every single day. This game isn't something that you can just buy something and all of a sudden you're a champion. No, it doesn't work that way. Look at Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson doesn't do anything but practice wedges. Ricky Fowler, he might not be able to finish, but he's in the top 10 all the time. He has a short game place in his backyard. Mark Wahlberg, the freaking actor, has a freaking chipping range in his backyard. This is how important it is to chip. And when you need to learn how to chip, you're not going to want, you want one club that you can do multiple things with. Again, I even have the Bomb Tech. I'm going to blow out the Bomb Tech right there and say, hey, guys, 3 wedges for 99 bucks. He might have raised the price, but I don't know. Link will be in the description. Great deal. They're oversized clubs. I have a Callaway. They're very much a lot smaller, but even, you know, like just go and investing in decent wedges, other than paying 120 bucks. I think it's 99 bucks now because they're not selling anymore for this gimmick ugly club. I mean, it's not a very good club, but out of the heavy rough near the greens, it's decent for chipping. It's a chipper. It's a chipper. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys respect and like what I've said. You know, if you hate on it, whatever, give me a thumbs down. I really don't care. If I cared, I would have took the other video down, but I still stand behind it, and it's truth. So anyway, guys, like, click, subscribe. If you guys want some more me to unravel these gimmick clubs out there that are the infomercial clubs, you know, sign up, like, comment, join the movement, and I'll help you guys get through this game. Well, even with just the tips. Anyway, guys, have a great one. I'll see you later. Peace.
Oh, baby.